This is the major problem with Social Security benefits. I have all the details and everything you need to know right here in this video. Let's get right into it. All right, so I do want to focus on some of the major problems with this very important program that sends out monthly benefits to about 65 to 70 million beneficiaries every single month and hundreds of thousands of new beneficiaries every single month as well. This is the program we're referring to, and it is called, yes, you called it, Social Security. Now, I do recognize that many of you right here in this community do receive monthly benefits from this very important program. Therefore, I'm watching everything very closely, and I want to make sure that you're staying updated as well as also aware of some of the major problems that face this program that are currently out there right now. So I want to talk through all the details for you in this video. Let's get right into it. But really fast before we do, if you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below the video, as I am your one and only daily advocate. I am literally doing research all day, every single day, 7 days a week, and I'm very much dedicated to bringing you all these updates to help you out in any way that I possibly can, as well as make sure that you're staying tuned with everything going on during this time right now as information is changing very, very rapidly. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and you have my dedication to be here for you every single day with all the latest updates and to be right by your side advocating for you in any way that I possibly can to get you more money, benefits, programs, reform, and anything else we can possibly get our hands on right now. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Subscribe down below and let's get right into it. All right, so like I said, I do understand that many of you here in the community do receive fixed income benefits from Social Security, whether it's retirement or survivors, SSDI, even SSI, VA, RRB. A lot of beneficiaries out there, and we got to watch these programs very, very closely. Now, here's the thing. I came across a report just a short time ago, and I'm going to be real with you. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way. As I ran through the report, I thought, you've got to be kind of kidding me right now. So I wanted to talk about it in this report, in this video, simply because there's some things out there right now that are going on, as well as Social Security as a whole. Don't get me wrong, it's a great program. Social Security is incredibly, incredibly important. As I've talked about in previous videos and I've said so many times, your benefits is literally your lifestyle. It's your future, it's your life, it's your money, it's your benefits. It is basically everything that indicates and dictates your life right now, especially if you are a beneficiary. Therefore, we got to watch this stuff very, very closely because it directly impacts you and your life every single day, right? I think a lot of us could probably agree. Unfortunately, that is the truth for a lot of people. So we got to watch this stuff very closely. However, I do want to talk about some of the major flaws with this program, or actually more like the way that it was designed. Therefore, let's talk about this a little bit more closely here. All right, so I do have a couple different points that I want to talk about in this video. So let's kind of work our way through these one at a time. First off, this was actually pointed out in that report that I just referred to. And again, this is something that kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. You know what I mean? So let me talk about this. Here's the deal. Social Security was set up in a way that Social Security is only supposed to actually distribute about 40% of your previous earnings on an ongoing basis. So let me give you a quick example. Let's just say during your working years, you were earning on average, let's just say, for example, $1,000 per month. Now, again, I'm just giving some examples just for easy mathematical purposes. Let's just say that you were earning $1,000 per month. Social Security is not designed in such a way that it's supposed to replace your $1,000 per month earnings. No, unfortunately, it's designed in such a way that it's supposed to replace only 40% of your earnings. So, $400. Well, for a lot of people, unfortunately, the situation is many people retire or unfortunately become disabled at some point during their working years and therefore start drawing on Social Security benefits. The problem is they're only going to pay out a portion of what you were actually earning during your working years, right? So like for this example, if you're earning $1,000 per month, they're only scheduled to pay out about 40% of that, $400 per month. Therefore, it's going to be pretty tough to go from $1,000 if you were doing well on that and you were getting by to go down to less than half of that at $400 on an ongoing monthly basis. Not a good thing, right? That's going to be really tough. Well, here's the part about the report that actually rubbed me the wrong way. Now I get it. This is something in the way that Social Security was designed. Okay, that's fine. The design is fine, whatever. But here's the thing. The report went on to say, well, Social Security is only supposed to account for a small portion of your actual retirement income. Therefore, you should invest for the rest of it, and you should be drawing on savings and investments and things like that to fund the rest of your retirement. And it went on to say, if you start investing early at around 20 to 25, and you start investing for 30 to 35 years, you'll be fine by the time you hit retirement. Okay, fine. How many people have really done that? I mean, seriously. Give me a percentage. How many people have really started investing at the age of, say, 20, 25, 30, and then invested consistently for, say, 20, 25 years, 30, 35 years, something like that, to build up a massive nest egg that they can start drawing on through the vast majority of their retirement? I'm going to be real with you. Probably a very small percentage. So I guess that's the part about the report that I guess didn't really sit with me very well, because I thought, you've got to be kidding me. I mean, you can't go back in time. We can't go back 30 years and say, okay, I'm going to start investing now when I'm 25 or 30, and I'm going to keep investing for 30 or 35 years or whatever until I can start drawing on Social Security. We can't go back. So the deal is, okay, it sounds good in hindsight. Hindsight is always 20/20, but unfortunately, that's not very realistic for a lot of people. And I know a lot of people here in this community, you're living on your fixed income benefit, and unfortunately, it's just not enough right now. Well, again, it's because of the way that this program is designed, right? Basically only supposed to replace about 40% of your income. Now, here's what else is very interesting as well. The reports are also saying that, I've talked about this in other videos, just to be totally clear. The reports are also saying that 40% of Social Security beneficiaries rely on their benefit for 90% of their income. Again, that's a massive percentage of your income coming from just the fixed income benefit. And if it's set up in such a way that it's only supposed to replace 40% of your income during the working years, again, you can kind of see the equation here. It doesn't really come out to be an equation that actually works for a lot of people. Maybe some people, but for the vast majority of beneficiaries who are relying on these benefits as their sole income during retirement, or during the situation where maybe you've unfortunately become disabled during your working years, again, not a very good solution here, and not a very good working equation for all that many people. Now, here's something else that came up too as well. And I've seen this here in a number of reports here since basically the beginning of the year. And again, I want to talk about this again really quickly here. I haven't talked about it really in other videos, but I do want to mention this. Here's the problem. The annual cost of living adjustment, we're all very aware of this, right? This is actually calculated based on the inflation data out of July, August, and September, and then it is typically announced sometime in mid-October for the following year. But here's the problem, and this is exactly what we're experiencing this year in 2022. So the cost of living adjustment was announced for this year, 2022, back in mid-October of 2021. However, the problem is, as we all recognize, inflation has been raging higher for basically the entire time of 2021, and it's really going fast here in 2022 so far. So here's the problem. From the announcement back in mid-October until the start of the year of, obviously January of 2022, the 2.5 month time period that we went, the 5.9% annual cost of living adjustment that was announced in mid-October was already behind the curve by about 2% by the time that we rolled over to 2022. Another major design flaw, right? Because here's the thing. That's not really keeping up with inflation, because the announcement comes in, well, in mid-October. Fine. But here's the thing. Maybe there should be some kind of, provision written into the rules that say, okay, here's what we're going to do with the COLA raise. But in the event inflation continues to move up, we will adjust again sometime late December to account for any additional increases in inflation between the official announcement in mid-October until the start of the new year. So basically what happened is, from the 5.9% that was announced in mid-October, by the time that we rolled over January 1st of 2022, 65 to 70 million beneficiaries were already getting the short end of the stick when it comes to the raise to benefits. Your benefit raise should have been more around the roughly 7.5%, 8% range because of inflation at the time, versus the 5.9% that was actually announced back in mid-October by the Social Security Administration, right? So, and here's what's interesting as well. The COLA raise, according to some reports and some people, this again should be also adjusted on an ongoing quarterly basis throughout the course of the year. Here's why. If that was actually something that was implemented already and actually already in place, you would have seen a massive bump to your benefits already this year in 2022. The reason for that is, well, the COLA raise came in at 5.9% announced in mid-October 2021, and so far inflation has already gone up a couple percentage points just since we started the year so far. We're already pushing 8.5%, and the next report is likely going to be around the 9% range, possibly 8.9 to about 9.3% is the ranges that I've been seeing estimated so far. Again, that's a huge jump once again. Therefore, fixed income beneficiaries getting the short end of the stick as inflation continues to move significantly higher, and the raise that was supposed to keep up with this is already way behind the times by nearly 4%, right? So yeah, you can see the problems here, right? Anyway, so these are some of the things that are out there that I've been reading about in some of the reports here. And again, I want to be an advocate for you. I want to do whatever I possibly can to help you out, as well as keep you updated with everything going on right now. And these are a few things that I came across with some of these reports, and I thought, I don't like it. This is not really sitting well with me because I want to help you out in any way that I can, and I know that the vast majority of you here in the community are fixed income beneficiaries. So as I'm looking out for you and I'm reading all this stuff, I feel like, I don't really like it because many of you, great people right here in the community, an amazing community that we have right here, it just makes me so sad to see all the comments down below, the struggle that's coming in on a daily basis, the benefits that are simply not high enough, the benefits that are simply not getting enough food, enough rent paid for, enough utilities paid for. Everything is basically getting cut right now as a result of these benefits that are way behind the times. So anyway, just a few things that are some major kind of flaws or designs within the program that, could easily be adjusted through congressional action. So unfortunately, these are a few things that cannot be changed through executive order, and they cannot be changed through the reconciliation process. They must be done through full congressional legislation. So something that could potentially be done, but again, we know how Congress operates, right? I don't even know if we want to go down that road these days, right? Of course, it's always worth a try, but at the end of the day, it's something that would likely take, quite a bit of work. So anyway, just a few things that are out there floating around. Just want to share these with you. And again, I'll be here for you in any way that I possibly can be. Make sure to subscribe down below. I'm doing all this research, breaking it all down into these short videos to help you out in any way that I possibly can. So again, please subscribe, share the video with your friends, family, social media, and of course, go back and check out any of the other 2,400 plus videos right here on the channel, especially some of the ones recently that have been released. A lot of good stuff going on out there right now as far as announcements and things like that. I'll be here for you no matter what. So again, subscribe, and I'll catch you again later in the next update. Thanks again. I'll see you.